Welcome back to Get Cougared. My name is Mitch Cougar, and you know what time it is? It's time for Mitch's movie review of the month. So, basically, it is time for Cougz Reviewz! But, here's the kicker. It is that time of the month where I tell you all the movies I went and saw over the previous month, this month being March, and I let you know in order what I thought was my least favorite to favorite or worst to best for lack of a better term. Alrighty, now coming in fourth place was Fighting with My Family. Now the reason it's sitting quite low is because compared to the rest of the movies, it was just okay. You know, it wasn't something that I'm gonna rave about. It was so-so. You know, the acting was a bit average. The story was good, I thought, but at the same time, when I went back and watched what the original story was, because obviously it's about Paige, the female wrestler, and her coming of age into the wrestling world, and you know, even just her first televised fight was completely different in the movie than it was in real life, and it was better in the movie for the sake of the movie, but I don't know, it all didn't tie together properly for me, so it wasn't that great. So it's sitting fourth from four for me, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Third is Us. Now, the reason I'm putting Us so low on my list is because it just did not meet any of my expectations. You know, it's supposed to be this amazing horror of all time, like phenomenal, fantastic, this and that, and you know, I try and steer clear of what other people say about movies, but you know, I haven't managed to avoid such titles and such words for this film, and but in all honesty, it just wasn't that great. I thought it was really dull. I thought it was a bit boring, and not even remotely horrific. So for a movie that's claiming to be a horror, I didn't find it very horror at all. But it was more entertaining than Fighting My Family because there was a story. Do you know what I mean? There was more going on to consider and to think about. But for what it's meant to be, I didn't think it delivered on that point. So Us just comes third for me. Makes a podium finish, but by no means was it the best movie of the month that I saw. Alrighty, so second place was Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel was very, very good. It was in fact it was probably one of my more favorite Marvel films because, you know, I enjoy a Marvel film that gives you a backstory and why, and you know, as long as the superhero is being a superhero, I'm gonna love it. You know, sometimes I get caught up in it being too flashy and just too much CGI for show, and that takes away from what the story is and what this character development is. And I think Captain Marvel really, you know, tie those two things together. So Captain Marvel was quite good, but not my top movie of the month because, again, it was just your average Marvel movie, if that makes sense, because we needed to be introduced to Captain Marvel going into Avengers Endgame. So it's one of those movies that we had to do so we could do more later on. Does that make sense? I don't know. Captain Marvel was good and definitely worth a second place on my list. Now, my number one movie of March was in fact my most recent film that I watched, and that is Dumbo. Now, yes, I love a Disney film. I froth for those things, but I really thought Dumbo was fantastic. It had all the things you want to see in a film. It had drama you loved, you cried, it had adventure, it was exciting to watch. You know, I gasped a few times, you know, because you just don't know what's going to happen, because obviously you know the story of Dumbo, but it is a retelling or a reimagining, so to speak. And Tim Burton is a crazy mofo, isn't he? You never know what he's going to do with his films, and I thought it was really, really interesting and really beautiful to watch. So I would say if you were going to see any movie in March, it should have been Dumbo. And that'll be it for my March movie of the month, and I'll be signing off. So don't forget to subscribe to all of my social medias. Get Cougar on Facebook, Mitch Cougar, one word for my Snapchat, and Cougz Reviewz with Z's for my Instagram. And all of my videos will be uploaded onto YouTube for your reviewing pleasure. Alrighty guys, have a good day. Blah, 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 blah. It's time for Cougz Reviewz!